Hey guys, I'm back with another video. It's pretty late, but I'm feeling really motivated right now to get you guys some extra videos. I've been kind of slacking in that department. I'd apologize, but I have been streaming a lot, so I appreciate everyone that's been watching those. I'm going to give you my top 3 tanking tips that you can apply the very next morning that will guarantee make you a better tank. These are not basic tips like use macros or consumables or do this. These are strictly 3 mental tips that you can use right now that will automatically make you a better tank. So without further ado, let's get started. My number 1 tip to make you a better tank from a mental perspective is assume your group knows nothing. Now, first glance, that might seem kind of negative, but once you hear what I have to say, it's going to make complete sense. If you go into a dungeon, if you go into a 10-man, a 20-man, 25-man raid, 40-man raid, always assume that your group knows nothing. And what I mean by that is assuming your group will not polymorph. They won't CC. They're not going to get the interrupts off. They're not going to LOS pull after they pull aggro. The healer's not going to heal you correctly. The quicker you have that mindset in the head, the quicker you will think, okay, I need to do that myself. Let me do it. So I'll swap to Berserker and Pummel. I'll LOS pull. I'll use Intercept to get an extra CC ability off to interrupt. I will have to use my challenge shout here. The quicker that you use that mentality of assuming your group knows nothing, it automatically makes you a better tank, and it puts you into a mental habit of just doing those things yourself. It'll instantly become muscle memory. If you watch me tank 5-man dungeons, if you've seen me tank raids before many times on stream, you always see me doing the little things that necessarily I don't really have to do, but they're so instilled in my brain that I just do them anyways, and overall it makes me a better tank and keeps my groups and raids safer. I'm not always trying to parse. I'm not always trying to mid-max when I'm tanking. I always do the right play. I'm not looking for a 99 parse, and for some reason that rubs people the wrong way. I'm always looking to make the right play, and that starts with assuming my group knows nothing. My tip number 2 is pretty a loaded tip, a couple like sub points to it, so just be ready for this one. And it's be a good host. And what I mean by that is you're tanking, you're in control of the group. So when you have a group that you give them a good experience, maybe you're friendly, maybe you talk about stuff outside of WoW, maybe you invite them into your Discord channel or a Discord server, or you just get into a dungeon group on the Doomhowl Discord. The more you give them a friendly experience, or the more that you give them an opportunity to play well, and you give them essentially a good tanking carry dungeon, they're going to want to come back. And with specifically speaking of hardcore right now, the population is dropping tremendously, and reputation in classic WoW means everything. There isn't many games out there nowadays where your reputation or your experience with playing with other people actually means something. And even coming from MMORPGs, classic WoW is one of those cliche or little, niche communities where your reputation means everything. So what I mean by being a good host is give the players in your group a good experience. Obviously, you want to give them a good, tanking experience, but you want to seem open. You want to seem friendly, because I guarantee if not only you give them a good experience, but also you find a way to make it maybe just a little bit more than about WoW, and people are interested by that, they'll come back. That's a great way to find a guild spot. That's a great way to find a group of friends to constantly run dungeons with, so you can farm Prebis gear, or potentially even you're hosting pugs on Dream Scythe or Night Slayer. If you give people a positive experience, they will find you, they will keep you around, they will keep you in the back pocket, not only from a tanking standpoint, but from a social standpoint. I can't tell you how many times I've tanked dungeons, even before making videos and streaming, back in 2019 Classic, where people always had me, on speed dial to tank runs, not only because I would do a good job, but because they liked playing with me. And if you give people that experience, they'll come back, and you'll always have something to do in the game from a tanking perspective. Now, my last tip is a little bit of a controversial one, but I think it's really important, and it's shake it off. You could tank a dungeon or a raid perfectly, and people are going to find a way to hate on it. People are going to find a way to say, oh, well, back when you killed that third pack over there, I wouldn't have sundered there. I would have heroic striked instead. Back in my day, I was a better tank than this. I promise you, going back to that last tip, going back to that last tip of saying it's a small niche community, small niche community. There is a lot of people in here that have been playing this game for a long time that will not hesitate to flex or make them feel like they're better than you. There is, unfortunately, some negativity in Classic WoW, and a lot of it revolves around warriors and warrior tanking. So my last tip to you is shake it off. I promise you, as much as you're going to have positive experiences, like we talked in that last tip, you're going to have negative ones too. You're going to have people in your whisper saying, you suck, or I can't tell you how many times I've done one-on-one sessions with people, and they tell me, I tried tanking this Dire Maul East, and these two like rank 14 warriors kept pulling thread off me and just telling me that was terrible, and things like that. I wish I had a way to help you on that. You're going to have groups like that. You're going to have groups where you have bad experiences. It's up to you to shake it off. And an easy way to do that is just to keep working at it. Keep watching videos, not necessarily my videos, but keep watching videos. And a great way to do that is, just record your gameplay, go back and see what those negative Nancy's are talking about, and see if, maybe there is a way I can improve. But I promise you, as many good experiences as you're going to have some bad ones. I have bad experiences many times. People have seen me on stream where people are just looking to start arguments about tanking or about warriors or about anything related to the warrior class. So my last and final tip for you, again, is to shake it off. You'll be all right. I know there's a lot of people that have quit tanking because of the negative Nancy's or because of people, just going way far and beyond of not even necessarily offering to help, but just straight criticizing you. So again, an easy way to negate that is don't think about it. Keep working, record VODs, and see if there's ways that you can improve. Again, these are 3 tips that will instantly make you a better tank that relate to nothing about on your keyboard at all. I hope this video helped. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys another time.